So I am presuming that this build we're going to look at is looks like a swash, looks like a melee swash. Take a look. They're working on Tiefling lives or something. I'm not quite sure what lives they're working on. Top open enhancement. They're going charisma based. Better pay attention now. Yeah. Yeah, I have not seen this. Okay, they're going Fey Dark. That looks okay. This is all hidden damage in Fey Dark. That guy. They're going to the color spray. That seems fine. Oh, they're going daggers. They're going single weapon fighting dagger. So this seems fine. This all seems fine so far. They picked that up for the extra deadly, so this seems fine. Stopping at to here is usually fine. Getting the rapid attack is pretty good. This seems pretty value here. Leveling up, and even later on, like absolute close range, I think the big color spray is still fine. Take a look at the feats. Yeah, this all seems offhand versus. Are they going open hand? Here's the gear. Oh, equipment. I don't know why this keeps wandering over where I don't want it. Over here. All right. Oh, he is going. They are going open hand. Okay. So they're going open hand, which is what's damage. That's fine. I used to like going with the dodge in swash. Oh, okay. They're going for the extra double. Okay, that's fine. That's more damage. That's totally fine. They're going just enough swash to get the open hand. This is going to hit pretty good. Hit pretty hard. Run fast. Oh, they're not taking deflect arrows because they have deflect arrows in Vistani, so that's unnecessary. See, they're taking... The bottom is not really great. So they're just taking like the best of what's not bad. So I think that's fine. Getting to here is really good. That's really, really good. I mean, the rest of these are good too, but they're taking a lot of points in something else, so this is probably going to be pretty good value here. They're open-handing. What are they open-handing? I don't know how long they're going to stay at cap. And they may stay long enough to get their first times. This weapon is perfect. Great weapon. What else do we have going on? Sets are we going here? That's good. Oh, what sets are we going here? Oh, okay. Commodities. Sula Tinker? Oh, just that, and then they're doing the augment for the melee power. Okay. Yeah. 2 gear sets. Oh, there are 2 gear sets. Filigrees are doing. We're double stacking. We're going all the charismas. Oh, he's going. Let's look at the rest of the enhancements for looking at that. Tiefling. Okay, he's just spending his Tiefling points like how. This person has a lot of their past lives done. If it's the character, I think it is. This is spending points wherever. I'm not too worried about racial points. Spellsinger, really? I expected this to be War Chanter. Interesting. Is this a hybrid? What feats are being taken? Maximize, intensify, Feywild. Is this a hybrid? What's going on here? It's a hybrid. Okay. Thief for traps. I have a lot of trouble with the hybrid builds because when you try to do like the melee caster, a lot of the times it doesn't work out super great because like there's not enough feats to hit the DCs and still have good DPS or vice versa. I've struggled with every single creation of making that with every single type of build like that. He's going. I don't know. I feel like the caster bard is so strong and so good at leveling and so good at cap. It is so strong that I think you should just go in on it. I'm curious what the destiny is. Oh yeah, this is their main, I think. What's the destiny look like? So this is exactly the destiny. How much you spend to get to good stuff in Shadow. If you have a lot of extra points, you can take the. Where is it? This one for the extra double strike. But if the double strike is capped, they may not need it. But if you can afford to get to here, you want to do so. He's doing Fate, which makes sense. So we're getting okay. The maybe. Yeah. That just kind of built itself. I'm not super concerned. Crusader for the. Gonna do a Crusader strike? Does he have the other strike? Yeah, okay. He's gonna have the ops. Taking two different strikes is fine. Taking two different strikes is totally fine because you use them in different situations. It's not really that big a deal. I'm curious about this. Back Crusade. Because Bard has a lot of sustain if you're doing Spellslinger. Like doing like Spellslinger or War Chanter has a lot of sustain. Or just even Spellslinger. So I'm curious about Crusade. He also has a Bard you have, like if you're not playing like in the High Reaper content, if you're just leveling like 1 to 20, and then on your way to like 20 to 30, you generally don't level real high. You can like do your Cure Wounds and your. I was hoping Crusader Strike would proc the melee power from Sanctified Fervor. Testing it though. I don't know if it does. If that works, then yeah. So what's this? Is there Sanctified? There is Sanctified. So if the Crusader Strike triggers it, oh man, do you get like? If you do, oh, this is where the smites. Yeah. So if that works, I mean, this could be okay because Sanctified also has like some double strike in it. Yeah, Sanctified is double strike, and he went to 5. It's also charisma, so I can see doing this if the strike counts. I don't know if it. The builder has led me astray before, but if this works, I think it's fine. I think the other strike can do like some CC thing. Well, this is interesting. Let's see, he's double stacking all the. Oh yeah, because that's I think 2 pieces. Yeah, 2-piece cacophony. Does that get you? Reverb. Is this part of reverb? No. Why is this in here? I get sanctified and reverb because like 2-piece reverb is nice. The 5th piece was for the strike. On live, the test doesn't include consecration. Oh, so you tested live and consecration doesn't trigger the melee power? That's too bad. That'd be pretty kick-ass. It's also, this description is wrong. It's different. And I don't remember what actually is in game, but this description in the builder is wrong. Without logging in and checking, I don't remember. But it's no longer that static bonus. It's like your religious lore or paladin levels or it's something different. I don't remember. I have to look it up. Let's see. Yeah, Hellenbach is charisma. Embraced by Light is another half of Hellenbach. And then these are just all the reverbs and Sanctified. The Sanctified is not the worst set in the world. But if you're gonna run like this, then you're gonna run If you're gonna run Sanctified, you're gonna make sure you're smiting. So some of this is kind of at odds with itself. Also, anytime you're always going to come ahead on physical damage by going the sucker punch, the 2 halves of the sucker punch, and then just stapling on all the melee power filigree. You're always going to come ahead that way. Oh. Oh goodness. This is great content here. Go through my for my next stream, I'm gonna just have me organizing my sock drawer and remembering how to fold socks. That's also about as interesting. Here we go. At one point, one of the swashbuckler strikes counts as a smite also. Yeah, like if that counts, it's a whole other story. Okay. Oh, I worked on a different gear set here, or a different filigree set. But even without that, you're always going to come ahead on your physical damage dealers on your melee with doing the sucker punch, doing the treachery, double stacking those, and then you have your option of going Shattered Device and double stacking that rare, and then picking up the other little bits of the Shattered Device. And then also you want to pick up the half of the Sucker Punch that has a sneak attack damage. You're going to want to pick up that. And then you can also pick up the one against many melee power rare. Is what you can do. Your other option, if you don't go Shattered Device, is to go Prowess and go that route. Both are equally valid. If you go Prowess, you're going to have, presuming somebody else is applying Shattered Device, even if not, if you go Prowess, you're going to do more damage than the Shattered Device. But the difference is not very much, and you apply this for everybody. And you pick up a little bit of double strike. So the difference is actually not very much at all. And with the with no longer having Dread, keeping you under action boost all the time, the gap is even narrower. The exception is Fury. Fury will make Prowess do more damage, and especially so if you land both Fury strikes underneath of the Prowess buff, which you can do. You have to Adrenaline, activate Prowess, hit your strike, and then hit your strike again, and in that 10 seconds you'll hit both Fury hits, and you'll be ahead on damage overall. Dreadbringer is also fine. I like Shattered because it has the debuff. Some people will say that this is up to like a debuffer build to do. That's fine. It is nice to have this on multiple people, though. Having a little bit of overlap, I kind of like more than just having all your eggs in one debuffer basket. That's just a personal preference. And if you go Prowess with this or Dreadbringer, that's totally fine. But this is what I'm running on my fighter at the moment, or something very close to it. Is basically you're picking up every possible like low-hanging sneak attack, and you're picking up a ton of melee power, which also amplifies the sneak attack. And then with like and then I'm picking up threat reduction, so like 50% threat reduction plus the augment means you're going to be pretty safe. Oh, and then plus Shadow as threat reduction. So with all that, like, you're pretty safe. But let's go back and keep looking at the Swash, this build. So personally, I would take this in a slightly different direction, and I would go all in on melee or all in on caster and not try to do a hybrid. Just because of like DCs, like if you go all in on one side, you're gonna be stronger at doing what you're doing. And when you're doing like a hybrid, it's not gonna be as strong in High Reaper because some stuff's not gonna work. Like you're gonna be kind of bad at everything. And on Low Reaper, it'll work. You'll get everything that you wanted to work. But if you were just straight melee or just straight caster, you would also cakewalk that stuff as well. But I do like the idea of hybrids. I just have not yet been able to figure out one that works. Let's see. Gear set. A caster gear set. Oh, they have both gear sets. They have the caster gear set, and they have the melee stuff because of the Sulu and then the Dusk Raider. Pretty good. A filler. Oh yeah, this is the Gossamer Weave. Yeah. And like building your spell powers up, like kind of a pain. If you kind of got to like 3 spring doing the hybrid thing, that would kick ass. I think there's a spring version of the Titania's Glory that's very similar. So if you could squeak into 3 spring or 3 spring, that would give the helpless damage, and that slaps pretty hard. That would be good. Again, with the filigrees, you can go with the stat filigrees, but if you go with the just melee power filigrees, even if you had 10 main stat from all of this, or 10 or even 12 main stat, losing that and just getting the melee power filigrees, you will be vastly ahead on damage. Vastly ahead. even with a little bit of like, even if like a smidgen of missing, you will still be ahead. Missing on like a 2 and a 3 is bad, but it's not quite as impactful as people think. Yes, it's bad, but it's not as impactful. Especially like having that big melee power will make up for it. So overall, I'm gonna recommend to pick a direction, or just accept the fact that this is not going to be like a 10 build. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be different for sure. And if this works, if the smiting works in some way, shape, or form, or you pick up the smite, that'd be pretty cool. Otherwise, I think it falls into like every time we've tried to make like a wolf caster melee hybrid, it doesn't do enough of either one. I'm not RT at the best of times. Oh man, these days neither am I. But yeah, I would do Bard and go like Bard Swash and go Dread, or Caster and go Fate is what I would do. Because again, it's just a specialization, and they're both going to be really strong, and they're both going to contribute great to quests and raids, and they both have a really good solo clear. Like Bard's in like a crazy good spot right now. Let's see. Oh, and then there's that. Yeah, I just set do again. There's their base spell power in here anywhere? Oh, base spell power is here for both halves of that spell, the Horn of Thunder. So it's base spell power plus the set and this. Really can't switch to caster because of feats. Oh yeah, turn hybrid. Yeah, it's just hybrid. Hybrid is really cool. I like the elite and R1 to 4 level, and then after that, it kind of I think tapers. Just because of feats. Now I will say his itemization is genius though. He gets everything in the itemization, or he gets close in the itemization. He gets about as close as you can get. But there's like 3 types of DC bonuses that are missing. Right? There's 3 types of DC bonuses missing. If you're for the caster aspect. So it's like, and plus when you go with the caster version of the Bard, you can fit in 3 spring relatively easily, and that's even more damage because you get the helpless damage. And you have like 500 spells that make people help. Also, epic defensive fighting is going to shut a lot of this stuff down, the range of it. I think Sonic Blast still gets by it. But the other things, I don't think so anymore. I'm pretty sure they've got the color spray where it doesn't anymore. I'm not sure on some of the other spells. But yeah, so it kind of works against itself, because I'm presuming you're going to run an epic defensive fighting. Also, your stances, your past lives. I'm pretty sure this person has reasonable past lives, so like, your past lives are at odds. Like in Primal, you would run Colors versus Ancient Power or doubles. Marshall is another good one. Double Strike versus that was not as important. That's 3 spell power. But the Arcane spell crit versus spell crit versus enchant weapon, like it's not even close. The efficacy for like your roll. Yeah, I'm not actually running a EDF on. Don't like Colors and Reaper. Yeah. I haven't had a ton of problems with it, but I can definitely see if you're a caster and you want a little bit more control. I can see you like go fast healing, I guess. It's not great. but it's the least bad in that case. Hey, does Rain and Fatesinger scale only with spell power? On the wiki it says range power as well, but on the actual game only states spell power. I'm not sure. And the trouble with DDO is that sometimes the wiki and the in-game description can be wrong at the same time. I don't have a bar at the moment to test. Well, I guess I wouldn't necessarily need a bar to test. I could just use my rig. Let's see, Rain. Strike? Oh, yeah, here we go. Dazzle melee and ranged power. Oh, you can have Vorpal range power. I'm not sure. I'm willing to bet it's supposed to be spell power. Game Texas is spell power only. I don't know. If I had to guess, I would say like one of the two. Usually you get like the higher of either or. But at DDO, like it could be busted. It could be busted in game. It could be wrong in game, wrong in the planner, and wrong on the wiki. All three of them could be wrong. So I'm not really sure without actually going in and trying it. So if you're making a build decision based on that, I don't know. Try out one of your high level characters. I don't think it's enough damage to be worried about trying to like itemize for it though. It's not specifically for that. Do general itemization, you'll be fine. This is sprinkles. This is sprinkles is what this is. Any chance you could test? Oh man, who do I have that I could test it on? Probably could. Let's just hell. Let's go fire up the game and go to. Let's see. So let me wrap up because I'm also taking a video for somebody. Specialized good, hybrid less good, but sometimes more fun.